Hello! Hello, everybody. I hope you're all well, enjoying the sunshine and just loving life during a pandemic. Minor detail. I am Shirley. I am your host, and you're listening to Shirley Says. And thanks for hanging out with me. You know me. Well, you do know. You do know now. You know that I like to go on and on and on. And I like to overanalyze things and start thinking about what is good in life and like what we're missing and what we're going to be like looking forward to going back to when the world like reopens and all this kind of fun stuff. And I was thinking like it's been a good few weeks now since like lockdown happened, and I'm a hugger. I don't know if anybody else out there is a hugger, but I am. I'm known for it. Actually, some of my clients, I'm sure some of my clients love it, and my pals. Lucky them. Other people, I'm sure, are not such a fan, and you can see them legging it out the door, trying to get away from me before I grab them. But I have just always been like this. I love hugging. Why is this? And why are some people not that fussed for it? Why are some people not huggers? I've never got my head around that. But then this is the thing, isn't it? When you think a certain way, you think every other person should think the same way. That's the joy of the world, is that we all think so differently. But I just love getting a proper good hug. Not a crappy hug. See if somebody is going to give me a real... Do you know when somebody kind of does this to you? And taps you on the shoulder and they do a funny wee face? I'm not loving that. I used to work for a little girl years ago, and she did just a terrible hug. She was lovely, but she just did a terrible hug. And you know, if she did, you didn't feel better for it. You just thought, oh, that was lame. So one of the other girls, we used to over hug each other, like lingering hugs. Oh, I forgot about that. We were overcompensating for the poor quality hugs that we were getting. Now you've got to remember, I'm a beauty therapist. We are very tactile and we love hugging. I'm sure there are some beauty therapists that maybe aren't. Anyway, I am. And if you're going to hang out with beauty therapists, you're going to get hugged. And we're overly touchy-feely as well. I mean, it's just, I know we can't help it. It's just one of those things. It must be part of the industry where we want to go and like be with people and just, I don't know, I was going to say something bad and I'm not going to. We just like human contact. That's what it is. And when someone gives you a really lame, crappy hug, it's not cutting it. You might as well get no hug, let's be honest. You might as well have just not bothered. Oh, I don't think we should say that to people because everyone's got a different idea of this, don't you? I quite like a bear hug. But one of the girls that used to work with me, she did a great, overly, lingeringly long hug to the point where you're like, this is a bit awkward. But we were doing it to be a bit funny. I thought it was funny anyway. I liked it. It was almost like one of those sort of Ricky Gervais moments where you're like, oh, this is awkward. Can't get out of it. I'm sure other people you know what I'm talking about. But my point is, yeah, there was a point to this. My point was, what was it again? It was that I'm missing it. I'm totally missing it. I have not had a hug in like a month. Longer than a month. Oh my God, longer than a month. I did hug my dog. Oh, she's rubbish for hugs. Some dogs, this is the thing, even in animals, it's the same. Other dogs, other people's dogs are all over you like a rash. She literally looks at you like, oh, here we go again. And then when you go to give her hugs and kisses, because I do like to do that, she looks right through you. And you can see her just going, oh, this one wants another hug. It's a shame, actually. But she's so old now and I love her dearly, but she's a miserable wee so-and-so. She's so grumpy. And she wants to see you when she's like a cat. I think that's what it is. She's like a cat. She wants to get a pat when she wants one. But the minute she's decided she doesn't want one, you've had it. You've absolutely had it. And the reason I got a dog was because I need something that's a bit needy and needs hugs. And it just totally, the last 13 years has really backfired on me, I'm feeling. And I wouldn't say that to her because I think her feelings would be hurt. I think her feelings would be hurt. Obviously, she's not going to know. She's not going to be watching a podcast, let's be honest, or listening to a podcast. But she's definitely, she is just so weird. She is just socially awkward. And she fits into our family quite well, actually. She's always on the periphery of like, what's going on? I'm the same. Like, I was like one of those kids at school that was like the last to know any gossip. If anybody wanted to know any gossip, don't ask me. I have no idea what's going on. I'm literally wandering around in a little daze thinking about some random thing that nobody else would be interested in, or going to the library, which I did a lot at school. I just sat in the library. It wasn't as cold. The library was quite cosy, quite toasty, so I actually just hung out there a lot. It was great fun. But my wee Sophie is like this equivalent of this socially awkward family member. She reminds me of me so much. It's hilarious. I can't actually remember how I got onto this now. But yeah, I'm sure we'll have some socially awkward. I'm sure some people have, or not, I was going to say socially awkward pets, but maybe that's only going to resort back to me because she's my pet. Maybe if you're seriously outgoing and chatty, well, I am that as well. But maybe if you're just like easygoing and laid back, then you would have an easygoing, laid back dog or pet. Oh, that's a good question. We should have done a podcast on that. Not on hugging. I was like, what did we talk about? God, hugging. I do like hugging though. I know. Anyway, we should do that. We should do one. I should do one on pets and socially awkward pets, or just pets that turn into their owners. They do say that sometimes your animal, you can start looking like your animal. Is that true? I did have a golden retriever when I was younger, and there is a photo of me with this gorgeous boy, Benji, and we had the same hair colour. Now, obviously, I don't have that hair colour now, so I wonder if it is true that you can actually turn in to your pet. There must be something in that. It can't be a wee old wives' tale, can it? I don't think so. There's got to be something in that. Anyway, back to the hugging. Yeah, I'm missing it. I am. I wonder if people must be missing hugs. And even my friend said to me it was her mum's birthday and they went to socially distance in the garden and they were sitting, staring, and she said her wee boy just legged it off to hug Granny for her birthday. She said, we all just took an intake of air, a big gasp, as he legged it towards her to hug her. And I think obviously Granny was secretly thrilled. And everybody else was going, oh no, we've just infected Granny. This is not good. So they all like shuffled back to their places. But actually, hugs are the best. Hugs are seriously the best. So I wonder if anyone's got like a plan of like the minute they're out who they're going to hug. Do we just hug everybody and anybody even if we don't know them? That might not be a bad shout actually. We could make some new friends. We're all needing to make some new friends, or get used to the ones we've got. And maybe we're all just needing to get loads of hugs. Or is this just me? I don't know. If you're lucky enough to be self-isolating with a pet, a needy pet, you can get all the hugs you want. Or if you're with your family, forgot about that. If you're at home with your family, not just a pet, then you also can have hugs whenever you want. I'm so jealous. whilst us singletons wandering around the world, self-isolating alone, are just... we're just missing a hug. It's a real shame. I saw a very similar sort of video on Facebook. It wasn't about missing hugs though when you're a single female. It was about missing other things. And it was incredibly funny. I was just talking about missing going out on dates and things. And I was sort of thinking, am I missing going out on a date? I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying a bit of a rest from that. Going out on dates is a wee bit like sort of going on interviews, isn't it? And then you kind of feel like it's like you've got to sort of entertain and like say something funny or like have something in common with somebody. But actually I'm quite enjoying maybe just having a rest from the whole like dating. I'm missing the hugs, but then I don't think you don't get a good hug anyway on a first date, do you? It's that kind of awkward hug where it's like, oh, should we? Do you like me? Do I like you? See, this is where over-analysing things isn't always good. I mean, I'm a big fan of it, I do it. But on a first date, that can just, it's exhausting, isn't it? So I'm not missing hugs from a first date, that's not the same. But I am missing just random chats that you get on a date. You get such random chat on a date, on a first date especially, or a second date. Second date's funnier though, isn't it? First date, it's just a bit like, ooh, is there a bit of a spark? Have we got any chat? What's going on? And then second date, see now that I'm of a certain age, this is what I've noticed second dates are about. Second dates have started being about, do you cook and clean? And can you, what was somebody said something to me once on a second date. What was it? Oh, can you cook? I was like, oh, that's a weird question. Do I enjoy cooking? Is that what you meant to ask? And they went, no, can you cook? It's just that my mum's moving to Italy. So I'm needing to get fed. And I was like, wow. That was the shortest second date I've ever been on. It was over pretty much instantly after that comment. The minute I get asked if I can cook, it was downhill from there. And to be honest, I'm a bit cheeky as well, which isn't great. And I get a wee bit funny when guys start asking you stuff like that. And I think my words were, if you can't afford a housekeeper or a cleaner or a cook, then I'm just not going to be the girl for you, because I have no ability to do any of these things. I actually don't even think I said it in such a nice, soft, gentle way. I think it was a wee bit more abrupt than that. But then we'll move on from that. It was said in a moment of, what? Can I cook? This isn't good chat, is it? Anyway, what I didn't want to tell him was, I absolutely can cook, and I can clean, and I can do all these types of things. I just don't need them to know that. I'm not applying for a job here. I'm actually wanting to meet someone who likes me, not someone who's going, oh, I desperately need to fill the position of chef, housekeeper, cleaner, PA. Actually, I think they should add that to the list when guys are on second dates. And when I say guys, I don't mean like young guys. Do I mean young guys? I mean guys my age. Older guys don't seem to be bothered. I think maybe they've just kind of got over the fact that maybe, I don't know, maybe they just they're not looking for someone to cook and clean. Maybe they've already employed a chef. Maybe they've got a cleaner and they've realised it's actually fine to have a cleaner. They've actually come round to the idea that having a cleaner is just genius. It's the best thing I ever did, hands down. Just makes me so happy. But the guys my age just have this weird obsession about asking you what kind of household chores do you like and are you good at it. One guy even asked me what kind of taste my interior design was. I was like, wow, this is so like an interview. I didn't know I was applying for something. Anyway, so I'm enjoying not doing dating. Maybe I'm just dating the wrong guys. If my mother is listening to this, please do not answer that, because I know she's going to say yes, because she says yes to every single guy orientated question. She just goes, oh, Shirley. If I got bad taste in men, yes, Shirley, you do. That's what she says. I think maybe only mothers can say stuff like that, can't they? They get away with it. It's ingrained in my head though. You're still listening to it. Ah, well, it's just an opinion. Doesn't really matter. Right. I'm missing a hug. If anybody out there, I was going to put out a plea for a hug. If anyone's out there and they are literally self-isolating within a family, just get some hugs, because see the single people in the world who are on their own, we would just love a hug at the moment. So everybody else, make the most of this. Make the most of hugging time. And if you are lucky enough to be in lockdown with a small, needy animal, get as many hugs as possible. Because mine's not, she's a wee bit aloof, that's what it is. She's not fussed for all this over hugging malarkey. Well, I hope this has made you think about what kind of hugger you are. Are you one that gives a weak-willed hug? Or are you like a bear hugger? Or are you going to do some sort of overly long, awkward, lingering hug? I think we should start doing them for fun. I think we'll do that when the world reopens, and just see how many people you can freak out. You always sense the energy when they're getting freaked out. You know when it's happening. Let's do that for a laugh. Anyway, right. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're all safe and well and taking it easy. And thank you so much for tuning in and listening. I know it's complete and utter nonsense, but I hope it fills your time and passes your day and makes you think about something, even if it's not that important in life. Maybe it is. Maybe we think it's not important, but actually people are judging you on your hugs. Oh, what a thought. Right. Please review me on iTunes if you would be so kind. And please share me with your friends. I'd be thrilled. I'd be absolutely thrilled if you thought you liked this enough to get one of your pals to listen to it, or you thought this she's been in self-isolation for too long, she's finally lost it. So let me know. Give me some feedback, and hopefully I will catch up with you lovely people very, very soon. Bye. Mwah.